What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Last Word Music Podcast. I'm your host, Dimitri Taranjo. We got a nice little solo review of the highly anticipated Playboi Carti album, Whole Lotta Red, releasing on Christmas Day, I believe, not Christmas Eve, released on Christmas Day. And it has been polarizing, to say the least. Similar to Playboi Carti himself, being a very polarizing rap artist. I'm sure a lot of you know. To start off, I will say I think a lot of people are overreacting to the release of this album. Straight up overreacting. I've, it feels like people haven't even listened to the whole thing, and then they're going out and they're trashing it. And I think to get to the core issue of why people are trashing it so much, it's because on this album, Playboi Carti tries to cultivate a new sound. He does his best to kind of push trap music or push his style of trap music into a new lane, and I gotta respect that. I gotta show him some love for that. Not he's not staying static, which I would have always thought Playboi Carti would have ended up doing. I thought he would just kind of copy and paste the Dial formula and profit, and I wouldn't have been necessarily mad at that. I really enjoyed Dial for a lot of the track list. But no, Carti said, no, I'm doing my own thing. And, I got to give him props. This new sound is definitely punk inspired, rock inspired. Not necessarily in the beats, but just in his attitude, in the nastiness and the kind of like anger that he puts into a lot of the tracks. I've never seen Carti display this much emotion on an album, let alone a single song. He has a very raspy voice on a lot of these things. It's a lot less, I guess, it's a lot less processed, a lot less clean. He sounds a lot more. It's just grimier, a little bit nastier, and I think it's a welcome change. To be honest, on a lot of these tracks, it's more prevalent in the first half of the album, I will say, in the first 12 tracks. The first track, Rockstar Made, the second track featuring Kanye West, Stop Breathing, Metamorphosis. All of these tracks are a completely new style for Playboi Carti in a lot of ways. Although he does retain a couple of the things that keep him, or that have kept him so popular, that very repetitive style, very emphatic delivery. But yeah, I will not lie to you guys. A lot of the tracks did not hit for me. A lot of them. But that being said, despite Carti's lack of synergy with a couple of these Kanye West produced beats, which, by the way, I think all the beats on this thing are pretty great. Despite his lack of synergy with a couple of these beats, and despite the pretty pathetic features on this thing, Future sounded trash, in my opinion. I think Kid Cudi holds his own. Kanye West does okay. It's not really, the whole track is like a minute, 30 seconds long. What the heck, Kanye? Give us a real feature, man. Come on now. Despite all of that, I really enjoyed a lot of this album. And that might be surprising to some of you who have watched the channel and know my preferences in rap music for the most part. But I think a lot of the new tracks work on here, and I'm pretty impressed. The aforementioned Metamorphosis, Rockstar Made, I think both of those are really enjoyable. Beno, something like that. It's the fourth track. All of those I think are really great. Vamp Anthem, Vamp King, both really good tracks in my opinion, to just kind of like bop your head, not bop, just like throw your head to, these are things that, if he's turning on at a concert, if he's putting it on the set list, people are getting lit to this. I think it's pretty reminiscent. The vibe is kind of reminiscent of RIP, RIP, off of Dial. But on the second half of the track list, there's a lot more older style Playboi Carti. And these are the best tracks on the album, in my opinion. I think these are where Playboi Carti really comes into his own. You got Place, Over, Sky, New Neon, I Hate You, I Love You, Die for Guy, Feel Like Dying, Slayer. I might have already said that. But all of those tracks, I think, are absolute vibes. I really enjoy all of those tracks. And I will be putting those on a lot of playlists. I will not lie to you guys. So that being all of that being said, I have to say I enjoyed a majority of this album. I'm pretty surprised I did. I think this album would have been completely different if people had stopped leaking his music. Stop leaking this man's music, people. God. Yeah, and you wonder why all of these leaks aren't on the album. Duh, dummies, you leaked it. Come on now. Hopefully they come out on the deluxe. I'd be excited to see Kid Cudi featuring Kid Cudi. That'd be cool. But overall, favorite tracks. I already said most of them. My favorite track would be New Neon, probably, although that is a leak in itself. Least favorite tracks: No Sleep, New Tank, Punk Monk, Control. These are all tracks that I think were the worst offenders in the case of Carti not really synergizing, Carti not really knowing what to do with this new style. But I will say I like the majority of the album. I think I would give it either a 6.5 or a 7. I think this album will age pretty well. And I think that this album is on the cusp of being underrated, people. I won't lie. I'm seeing a lot of hate, a lot of undeserved hate. Let me know how you guys feel about this album, how you feel about Playboi Carti in general, if you think he should stick to the Die-Lit style or if you think he should keep innovating. Favorite tracks, least favorite tracks, favorite features, least favorite features. There were only 3, so you kind of got a small pool to pick from. I won't lie. This has been The Last Word.